your reading. This is Wisdom Gained Through the Light and the Dark Within reading. So we're going to talk about the light within you, Aquarius, the dark within you, and how we can harmonize the two together. So let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius. So for the light, Aquarius, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the rewarded frog. Let's see what we have for the dark. For the dark. If you guys want a reading, the link is in the description box below. El Sage, the purity. And for harmonization, we're going to get the third one, and we're going to go over the lights. The Nine of Swords, the overwhelmed sea turtle. Very interesting. Aquarius. Okay, so for the light, the Seven of Pentacles, the rewarded frog. I feel this has to do with patience, right? So what can we learn from being patient, Aquarius? You get what you want, right? It tastes sweeter. And what is the, well, what does the, I was going to say, what does the fly get? What does the fly get from this exchange? Right? It gets to be a part of creation. It gets to be a part of that circle of life. And I feel like the fly does it willingly, because there's a lot of flies over here. So it's almost like one sacrifices, right? So I feel like this is also saying appreciate the sacrifice, appreciate, you know, what you're being patient for, whether you're waiting for something to grow, right? It's like waiting for a tree to grow, right? You're patient, but then it grows and there's an appreciation for that growth. So I feel that what you can learn from this is appreciation and patience, right? And that exchange of energy, even though, in this case, the frog is eating the fly, okay, there's a purpose for it, right? There's life and there's death. There's dark and there's light. So that is the circle. That is creation. All right, so let's get some clarification on this. The Five of Fire. The Tower, more fire. Well, Uranian energy, but also Scorpio, so it's like water and fire. And the Two of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, there's such a calmness with this frog. And look at the Tower. Uranus energy is expect the unexpected, right? Because that's Tower energy. It's also scorpionic, and Scorpio is all about diving deep within. And it's very intense. But having patience, right? With yourself, especially with the Tower, when something unexpected comes along. It's like this fly, okay? The frog is unexpected. How do you react to that? How do you react to that? Do you just let go and you allow, right? Like the fly is allowing the exchange of energy, accepting its fate, so to speak, right? Knowing that the universe has a larger plan in the whole circle of life here. in the universe. The 5 of fire. So here we have, you know, we have torches here, really, but you see the burn marks that aren't healed, yet the fire still burns. And then because there's no healing, okay, you've got even more growth coming from these burn marks. So it gets worse without healing. So having the patience, okay, to heal even from the most unexpected circumstances. Okay, if you take fire, right, and you know, you can say fire can be angry, right? Instead of having that angry energy, transmuting that energy into patience, into acceptance, into an exchange of energy with the universe. So there's this unexpected energy that comes along, and there's an acceptance of this energy, an allowance, knowing that this is your path. There is wisdom in that with the owl, right? Instead of feeling stuck, like this is stuck in anger, this is inner conflict, this is, you know, the fire's burning, you're not putting out the fire to heal. Because you've got fire in the tower. You see the fire in the tower. The lightning's fire. Then you've got this one on their knees. You've got two people here, right? So there's a willingness here too, with this unexpected storm that's right in front of them. And it's interesting because the tower is 16 and that's a 7. So you get the 7 of Pentacles and the tower, which is a 7. That is a very angelic number. Okay, it's a very spiritual number. And then you've got the 5 and the 2, which is a 7 with the 2 of Swords. So really you've got 3 7s, and that's quite lucky. Even though things, the message here is, even though things may seem to be unlucky, unexpected shit happens, right? But like the fly is sacrificing for the frog, okay? He is helping sustain life. So he's giving of himself. So if you just give of yourself to the universe, okay, and have the patience to wait for the reward, knowing that there is a reward, whether that be next week, next year, it doesn't matter. There is just an allowing, a letting go. Okay? But when we're stuck with the 2 of Swords and we don't make a decision and we're just stuck in that, you know, in this case it could be, oh my God, this is happening, and we're just not moving. Right? We're just staring at the disaster and not moving from it. And maybe getting angry at it instead of being patient. Right? So there's a need to unblock the heart here with the 2 of Swords and seek the higher wisdom with the owl. But you need to have the patience, right? All right, so Aquarius, let's look at the dark. We have El Sage, the purity, which is interesting. Okay, because what is sage? And this is an extra card in the deck. So what is sage? Sage purifies energy, right? It takes negative energy and sort of neutralizes it. Okay, I wouldn't even say it you know, I guess you could say it turns it positive, but it's more of a neutralizer, right? Neutralizing that negative energy. So let me look at this for one moment. I'm hearing when the smoke clears. Okay, so when the smoke clears and you purify yourself, right? Say through prayer or whatever you deem as purification, right? So you purify, and what's left after the smoke clears? Okay, whatever that purification is for you. I mean, it could be, you know, exercise. It could be, you know, anything that you feel purifies your soul, right? Sort of clears darkness away as well. You know, you could say if somebody prays because of a sin, something like that. This is what I'm connecting with the sage, because what is the sage? It is Hierophant energy, really. That is the sage. And that is higher wisdom, which is clarity. So when the smoke clears, what do you see? Do you still see darkness? Can you see the light through the dark? You see the white and the black, right? Can you see the light through the dark? So I want to clarify this, because this is interesting, having the sage in this position. Wow. Ace of Wands. Fire. It's also a sexual energy, right? The Ace of Wands. The Seven of Wands. A lot of fire in this reading for both the light and the dark here, I'm feeling. And look at this, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So with the Seven of Wands, another 7 in your reading, and the Ace of Wands, okay, this is a very sexual energy. So are you, what I'm getting here is, are you fighting that darkness? Look in the description box below, and there's a link to my Etsy shop if you're interested in a reading. I'm not doing that here right now. So if you're feeling this urge, right, to begin this passionate beginning, like romantically speaking, sexually speaking, are you fighting the urge? Are you fighting the darkness within? Right? Are you so stuck on this purity, like, no, you're fighting the darkness. I can't have any darkness within me. Okay? And thus, not allowing the wheel to change, not allowing change to occur, not allowing the wheel to gain any momentum, to go forward, right? The wheel of life, the circle of life here, which, by the way, is a new weekly reading that I'm doing. So it's kind of funny that it's sort of showing up here, okay? But I feel like you're fighting the darkness. You're fighting the sexual urges. Yeah, you know, it's like the Wheel of Fortune is about balance, okay? It's about fate. So I get the feeling that you're missing your fate by not allowing the darkness to reveal itself. I'm not saying be dark. I'm saying we're all made up of light and darkness. So you have to allow and accept the darkness within you. It's all in how you use it, right? How you express it, how you balance it, because the Wheel of Fortune is balanced with all of the elements, right? So that's interesting. With the light, having patience, right? And sacrifice. And the dark, with the smoke clearing. What do you see after that? And do you want to see it? Are you not wanting to see it? Because the Two of Swords, like in the light over here, it's sort of mirroring an aspect of the dark. Not wanting to see it and therefore fighting it. So how do you harmonize this together, Aquarius? How do you do that? The Nine of Swords, the overwhelmed sea turtle. Right? So this is interesting in the harmonization portion of the reading, right? So the Nine of Swords talks about nightmares, talks about being kept up at night. But in this card, anxiety, fear. In this card, it's like the sea turtle is just lying there, and it's almost got this tower behind it, ready to overwhelm it. Right? And I wouldn't say destroy it, right? But what is the turtle going to do once the wave comes? Okay? He's going to go with the flow. And that's essentially what this is saying, go with the flow. Because you've got the patience, you've got the allowing here, not fighting and trusting the universe. And this, over here with the dark, this is trusting your instincts. This is trusting who you are, right? What you're made up of, your essence here. And allowing your essence to come through, even if it's the dark. Right? So harmonize this together by acceptance of all of you and going with that flow. It's you choose the flow. You choose how to swim. That is your signature. That is your signature of you here. Right? So, let's get King of Swords. There you are. There you are, Aquarius, showing up. Queen of Vessels. Look at this. I like this. And the Four of Pentacles. This has got to do with allowing, because if you hold on so tight, right, like this is resistance over here in the dark with the Seven of Wands. That's resistance, fighting that darkness within. No, I have these urges, but I'm fighting them. I'm fighting fates. This is the same thing with the Four of Pentacles. Holding on. You've got to let go. You've got to let go. Okay? And like the circle of life, give it back to the earth. Just give it up. Ground it. Ground that letting go. Ask the universe to take it. Ask nature just to take it, please. Okay? The Queen of Vessels, this is connecting to your intuition, connecting to your creativity. And this is expression, right? Expression of even the darkness within you. Okay? Connection with your intuition. Cutting out what no longer serves you and making that decision with the King of Swords. The King of Swords, like I like to say, is who the Emperor pulls out of his ass or her ass to get shit done. And this is what you need to do to harmonize these two together. You need to cut out things that don't serve you. You need to cut out the fighting and allow. Cut out the, over here with the light, cut out the internal conflict and heal and allow an acceptance of the unexpected and opening up. So, cutting that shit out and letting it go. That's what is needed. So, I'm going to get a couple of cards for advice here. I feel like it's needed, so a couple of cards. What advice do you have? What advice do you have, please, for this entire reading? King of Coins, grounding this harmonization. Nine of Pentacles, okay? Being confident enough in who you are to express yourself. And Seven of Cups. This talks about options. This talks about dreams as well. Okay, what are your options when it comes to acceptance and allowance of the light and the dark? What are your options? Are the only options how you're responding right now? Is it working, right? How you're responding to the light within you, how you're responding to the dark within you. Is it working for you? Then fine. If it's not, look at your other options. What are your other options? What can you let go of? What are your dreams and how do you want to get there? Because this is you, the light and the dark. And that is who is going to get you to your dreams, to realize your dreams here, okay? So, let's get, I'm going to get an Angels of Atlantis card for you. Now, the King of Coins, right, which is interesting, because you got the King of Coins, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Vessels. So, all you're missing is the fire element here, which, by the way, you have a lot in the light and the dark. So I feel like the combination of the earth and the water here is helping to balance this out. Okay, all of this fire. So making that decision, you know, the King of Coins is, you know, it's like the king of the jungle. Make the decision. Make the, you know, business decision for the self. What's best for you, Aquarius. Balance out the different aspects of you. Okay, so Angels of Atlantis, Uriel, abundance. And I feel like by letting go and allowing, this is what you're going to achieve here. Abundance. So, Uriel. The tree of life brings abundant flow into your life at this very moment. And this is why you have singularly chosen Uriel's Oracle of Abundance. The core of all abundance is the source. When you totally believe in the flow of this divine nectar, the bounty of God is responding in like measure. Develop the muscle of your faith by the positive regard of all of your amazing achievements. Fill your life with gratitude for the abundance you are receiving. And speak, chant, I am infinitely abundant in spirit. I have plenty of wealth and my riches increase every day. And that's funny because your advice here is abundance, is Nine of Pentacles. That is abundant. That is confidence. The King of Coins, that is abundant, right? The Seven of Vessels, that's abundant in options here, abundant in dreams, okay? So appreciate, right? And allow. So Aquarius, that's what I have for you for the light in the dark within. I hope you enjoyed that. Please drop a like below, share and subscribe if you already haven't. If you are interested in a personal reading, link is in the description box below. Make sure that you're utilizing the link in the description box, Aquarius, if you are interested, as there are scammers about the community. And know that you will always see my face in a reading if you order one from me, as well as receive an unlisted link that you can utilize forever here on YouTube. Don't forget to comment. I want to hear from you guys, and hit that notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I upload a video or go live. Have a fabulous day, and I will catch you on the flip side on the dailies. Namaste.